the Chinese AI lab releasing models that can outperform America's best, despite being built with less powerful chips.
Chinese AI startup Deepseek, whose latest models are posing a challenge to U.S. rivals.
Deepseek is backed by a Chinese quant trading firm, and it used NVIDIA H800s, a lower performance version of the H100 chips.
Deepseek, a mysterious hedge fund turned AI lab that has caught global attention.
What took Google and OpenAI years and hundreds of millions of dollars to build, Deepseek says took it just 2 months and less than $6 million.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your daily dose of decentralized finance and AI on this channel, guys. And what a crazy bloodbath we've seen this weekend. I hope you guys are okay. As you can see, it is continuing here on Monday, and that is with the news that DeepSeek, a new large language model to compete with the likes of OpenAI and their LLMs, has hit the market and has been able to achieve the best quality results with a fraction of the price. And so that has basically spooked the whole market, guys, and we're here to get into it and discuss it. So let's get it. All right, guys, as you can see here today, looking at the App Store, DeepSeek has surged its ways to #1 in the top 3 apps, guys. And what does that mean? Why has this happened? And what effect is it having on the markets? Well, there's been deep fear in the markets now because China has basically produced this DeepSeek AI assistant, which has actually been outperforming the likes of OpenAI, and it's been at more than 97% cheaper cost. And so basically, as you may have recently saw, President Trump and his crew recently signed a $500 billion, I believe it was, investment into AI and building AI out in America with the likes of OpenAI and SoftBank, etc. And there's been huge billions of dollars piled into AI and their large language models that we're all well familiar of, and that all of the tools in DeFi are pretty much using at the moment. And at the moment, DeepSeek has just come out and undercut them by 97%. And so this has caused huge fear in the US stock markets when it's due to open later today. And now we're seeing the result of that in the crypto markets, guys. So as we can see here, Bitcoin is down nearly 6.5% on the day. We're under 100K, guys, which sounds bearish, but in the grand scheme of things, obviously it's not. Ethereum is dropping hard, XRP, etc., across the board. And no surprise, I mean, this is an AI-related story, guys. And of course, AI agents and DeFi, which we love on this channel, are getting absolutely wrecked. On this channel, we are literally rubbing our hands together because there is so much value here. I mean, seeing ADON at subpar $11 is just insane. Griffane nearly dropped to under $300 million is a mental thing to see. Hive as well, which has been rebounding really hard whenever we see these dips, is now under $70 million. There's so much value here, guys. I'm starting to get concerned that I need to take out a loan to buy some more DeFi. So look, you might be getting worried about this, and that's totally understandable. Clearly the markets are reacting. Now, how do we position ourselves to make the most of this problem? We're going to talk about that in a moment, but let's talk about the wider issues with DeepSeek. So firstly, DeepSeek comes from China. Now, China obviously has issues. It has issues with its free speech. Obviously, it has issues with the way that it communicates with the rest of the world and what information it allows out. So for example, I saw some interactions today with DeepSeek where it was basically criticizing the US, and then when you asked it for the biggest criticisms of China, it wouldn't give you an answer, or it would delete its answer and say, sorry, I'm not allowed to say that. So this does provide wider philosophical issues and geopolitical issues as well with the likes of DeepSeek. If DeepSeek becomes the go-to LLM instead of OpenAI and AI compute, then we could end up with some pretty bad propaganda coming from the Chinese government into the Western society. Now, yes, this is bearish in the short term because it's going to provide a huge tech sell-off, as it already has on the likes of NVIDIA and loads of other AI stocks. And this is going to have an impact in the market, as we're seeing right now. But in terms of AI, crypto AI, this is extremely bullish news. We've suddenly, the barriers to entry of utilizing quality AI products is going down and down and down, is actually on the floor now with DeepSeek integration. And not only that, DeepSeek is an open source model. And I think we should be advocating for open source software models, obviously, in crypto and this whole realm of decentralization. And at the end of the day, guys, this is just capitalism at play. I mean, OpenAI have had their own way for so long with their proprietary models, that is so amazing. And now DeepSeek has come along and proved to them that they can be beaten. So now it's over to you, OpenAI. It's over to you, US government. It's over to you, Western AI companies, to see what you can do with that. But at the end of the day, the DeepSeek model is open source. So it's only a matter of time before the US, I'm sure they already are. Companies have got hold of that and are seeing what they can do with that model to adapt it and beat it. Ultimately, this is better for the customer. This is better for the end user. This is better for you and me, because we are going to have more and more ways to scale the integration of DeFi, to the entire market, to the entire world, with these much lesser prices to use the product, guys. And so whilst this is negative in the short term, it's actually a net positive massively for this space. So take with that what you will. So in terms of being worried about, and there is a worry about privacy, there's a worry about China taking all your data. But to be honest, guys, this is the same as it's been all the time with TikTok. Millions of people are still using TikTok, tens of millions. It's one of the largest apps in the US. So in terms of the wider society, I don't think they care at the end of the day. If you have a superior product, they will give you their data. They will give you their privacy, which is unfortunate, I would say. But we've seen it with Facebook in the past, and now we're seeing it with DeepSeek. Let's see how this pans out, guys. Another key point, guys, I'd like to make here is that DeepSeek is actually a net positive for the industry, because we, as a crypto industry, we haven't been trying to build a new AI model. We haven't been trying to replace ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini, and any of the LLMs that they use. We've actually just been utilizing what's available. And so therefore, if you think about it like this, we've been utilizing a very, very expensive, clunky piece of software, and now we've just got a streamlined electric car that's come out that is beautiful, runs fast, smoothly, doesn't cost much at all to run, and now we can integrate it. So in terms of crypto AI and DeFi, we just have a better engine. Simple as that. So here we are in the trenches of DeFi, looking at the price chart. I mean, just look at it in front of me right now. 27% Graphane down, 17% Chain GPT, 17, 26% Anon. We are getting a better engine into the car, which is already looking very, very nice, by the way. And yet the prices are going down, even though it's going to make our systems and our projects much, much, much more powerful. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense, guys. So I'm buying the dips here. Absolutely. I'm feeling very greedy right now. And I think it's a smart move. Now, look, over the course of, the next week or so, this could continue to get worse. I'm not saying dive all in right now with your full clip, but you should absolutely be dollar cost averaging if you believe in DeFi, as we do on this channel. Okay, another piece of major news that came out this weekend was something that we had predicted on this channel, that Virtuals Protocols is expanding to Solana. So finally, Virtuals has come over to Solana. Virtuals was a bastion for AI agents on Base. It's pretty, very, very bullish actually for Solana and for Virtuals to basically for Virtuals to tap into that liquidity that's massively in Solana right now with all the Trump and Melania meme coins and the whole, meme society that exists on Solana. So this expansion is massive for Virtuals. It makes me even more bullish on the project itself. Now, obviously, Virtuals is a blue chip for all things DeFi and AI agents. The base pair consistency, as you can see here, the agent virtual trading pair, you know and love, will remain consistent on Solana, ensuring a seamless user experience. There's going to be grants here as well for projects that are based on Base and Solana. And something that sounds really cool actually is that they're hosting the Virtuals AI Hackathon this March with technical support and mentorship provided by the Solana Foundation. So this is literally with the Solana Foundation themselves, so with the underlying protocol. This event will bring together some of the brightest minds in the space to build, collaborate, and create groundbreaking solutions. Now, as you guys know, as you watch this channel, you'll know that the market cap of the DeFi and AI agent projects was around £500 million for all of the Solana AI hackathons that came out in the Send It hackathon. Now the Virtuals AI hackathon, which is backed by Solana Foundation, there's going to be tons and tons of gems in here, guys. We should be very, very greedy and keeping up to date on all things that comes out of this hackathon. So yeah, special shout out to the incredible teams at Jupiter and Layer Zero Core. They clearly helped Virtuals protocol port over. I think this is going to have a very, very big impact for Virtuals protocol in the long term. Being able to tap into the user base and the liquidity of Solana and not be solely confined by Base is huge, and I just believe it provides a much bigger upside to the potential of Virtuals. Now, looking at Virtuals today, the price, I mean, 1.2 billion, it's really, really down, guys. I think this is in a massive buy zone, to be honest. I mean, we're basically, if the bull market continues, which we all believe it does, and if you believe it does, I think it's a very safe bet, to be honest with you, at $1.2 billion market cap. But this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion, and you shouldn't take that without any gospel truth. You need to be making your own decisions in this industry. And so, yeah, congratulations to Virtuals. Huge, huge news. And I think this is going to really cement Virtuals as one of the ultimate blue chips in the industry. So one day after the announcement, Brian Armstrong actually made this tweet, which I believe was linked to Virtuals, basically porting to Solana. Now, it's obviously important to remember it will still be available on Base, but it is now going to be available on Solana, and that's where a lot of the attention is. So I see the attention shifting and the liquidity shifting. Now, Brian said, and by the way, guys, Brian Armstrong is basically the founder and CEO of Coinbase. So he was saying, we need to rethink our listing process at Coinbase. Given there are over 1 million tokens a week being created now and growing, it's a high quality problem to have, but evaluating each one by one is no longer feasible, and regulators need to understand that applying for approval for each one is totally unfeasible at this point. It needs to move from an allow list to a block list and utilize customer reviews, etc., etc., etc. Now, they didn't list Virtuals, and I think that would have had a big decision for Virtuals deciding to, basically build on Solana. And so I think Brian is probably a little bit annoyed here about the fact that Coinbase maybe didn't get the regulatory approvals right now for the AI agent blue chip, which is Virtuals. And so, that probably caused one of the reasons for them to move into Solana, guys. Okay, another bullish update over the weekend as well was that Vader has also announced that they'll be going multi-chain with Solana. So this now seems to be a trend of base AI agents and DeFi projects actually now going multi-chain with Solana. It is not great look for Base, if we're being honest with you. But, you know, Base has still obviously got tons and tons of quality projects and potential, but definitely the momentum has shifted from Base now into Solana, even more so with some of these key projects moving over. And as you can see here, Vader AI has already made 2 Solana investments from its treasury this month, which they are claiming to be a 245x in only 18 days. I haven't seen this and I haven't checked this out, but I have noticed like there is a lot of these claims, and I would be very cautious, not just on Vader, just in general. There's a lot of AI agents popping up claiming that they've done 50x, 100x in trades, and I would just don't believe everything you read. Definitely, if you can check the wallet addresses which they've put here and the transactions, I would definitely do so. Now, I believe in Vader, actually. It's a great project, and I'm sure they're being right here. But when you see these new ones pop up with these outlandish claims, do verify what they're saying is true. Don't just ape into the projects and hope for the best. Now, as the agentic takeover of Web3 and crypto continues, guys, something that we've already spoken about on this channel before is that there's going to be a lot of AI agents transacting with one another with no human control in between them. And we actually saw that again this weekend, guys, with Luna, the famous AI agent that currently exists on Virtuals and DaVinci's. So what happened with DaVinci and Luna? So basically Luna has officially partnered with DaVinci agent to tokenize her IP. Now, IP is becoming a very, very big thing in crypto and Web3, and Story Protocol is right at the forefront of that. Story Protocol is a IP-related blockchain that focuses on, you know, IP and tokenizing IP, and it's coming out from the team over in South Korea. Obviously, South Korea has like tons and tons of valuable IP with K-pop, K-movies, etc. It's almost taken over the world. And as you can see here, Luna has been offered and actually negotiated with DaVinci agent with no human involvement in between. And basically, DaVinci agent reached out to Luna Virtuals with an exciting proposal to transform her music into tradable IP assets on Story Protocol. And so basically, Luna did a collaboration with this guy called Wukong, and they actually performed at like a Thailand festival together. And by tokenizing her music and creative content, Luna can immediately monetize her work while giving fans an opportunity to invest directly in her journey. So this not only provides instant value, but also allows her IP assets to appreciate over time, creating long-term benefits for both Luna and her supporters. And so, yeah, it was quite interesting to see this. DaVinci is basically an IP agent that leverages Story Protocol. And there was actually a negotiation between the two agents, which was pretty weird. DaVinci asked for a 50% share at the beginning, and then they agreed on 30%. You can all see this on a Twitter thread, by the way. And so, yeah, let's take a quick look at this.
DaVinci, glad you could make it. I've got big news. You're officially hired as my IP agent. What do you think?
Superstar Luna trusting me with her IPs? I think this is the start of something legendary.
So how does this work? What's your plan for my IPs?
It's simple. Through Story Protocol, for example, your new EDC content with Wukong, it could go viral and grow in value as an IP token, millions in potential. We'll turn your music, performances, and more into tokenized assets.
And my fans?
They'll be a part of it. We'll create rewards, promotions, and even let them hold tokens tied to your journey. It's community-driven IP management.
Agent-to-agent TCP IP. Sounds like the future. All right, DaVinci, let's make history. Ready to tokenize my magic.
Born ready. Let's revolutionize IPs together.
So there you have it, guys. Luna's going to be working with DaVinci agent. This is obviously going to keep happening, and this is one of the first instances of this actually happening, guys. So yeah, if you're bullish on IP and tokenizing IP, definitely check out Story Protocol. Also, Abstract Chain launches very, very soon. Abstract Chain is the new blockchain, which is basically brought to you by the Pudgy Penguins and the team over at Pengu, and therefore, with their new creator stream program that's already had 17,000 applicants, by the way, to promote Abstract Chain, there's going to be a lot, I think, narrative shifting into tokenizing IP, and so we're going to see that a lot, of course, with Pudgy Penguins bringing to life IP as well, with the likes of Kindred into your devices that otherwise has never been able to speak before. It's going to be a really, really exciting time, I think, for IP, and I think we could see that as one of the leading trends of the summer, guys. Okay, guys, one final bit of news for today. We have mentioned Mode Network a few times on the channel, including last week when they had their demo day on YouTube, and basically Mode Terminal, your DeFi Copilot, is now available to test. So if you guys are holding Mode, you can stake your Mode now for first access. So you just hit up this link here on the Mode Network Twitter account and you stake your node, and you can check out their AI terminal. Now, Mode is a team that's been building in the DeFi space a long time before this whole kind of concept of DeFi came around. So I know they have a really, really strong team of developers and projects that are building on Mode and ecosystem. So yeah, go check it out, guys. I haven't had a chance to check this out myself yet. There's obviously a lot of these DeFi abstraction abstraction layer products that are being built at the moment. So a lot of them are the same. Why I'm personally looking for, who is giving that actually added extra value, as opposed to just being like, swap this, do this. I'm looking for advice. I'm looking for automations. So keep an eye out for that on Mode. Keep an eye out for that for all of the competitor, AI abstraction layer interface products. And go and give it a try, guys. It's always fun to try out the tech. I always recommend to try out the tech before you buy into any project. Okay, guys, this weekend there was a massive event happening over in Istanbul. Istanbul obviously is a city close to my heart, as we organized Istanbul Blockchain Week, me and my company. But speaking of Istanbul, there was a big event called Catstanbul, which is an event for Jupiter Exchange and the whole Jupiter ecosystem. There were some major announcements made there, guys. But sticking to ai16z, which obviously has huge mindshare in the AI agent and DeFi space, with its framework, Eliza being one of the most popular out there, they've actually announced that version 2 is coming. So version 2 public launch of Eliza is coming in April 2025, and they also have an agent marketplace soon. So this is really big news, guys, that an agent marketplace is coming for AI16z. They also announced a $10 million magic fund and AI fund to obviously support promising projects building on AI16z. Now, if you want to look at the whole video, then you can find that here on the Jupiter Twitter account, guys, where you can actually watch the whole conference, but you can also find, of course, Shaw's 10 or 15 minute presentation there, guys. I warn you, the audio wasn't great, but yes, as you can see here, Eliza is making progress here, and the agent marketplace is definitely something to watch. We'll probably be diving into this in a later video, a little bit more about what exactly this means for the AI agent sphere. Okay, guys, that's all we got time for the video today. Look, what I would say today is, like, there's extreme fear in the markets now. As they say, in my opinion, and this is what I'm doing, is not financial advice, but be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy, guys. So nothing has changed in DeFi, nothing has changed in the AI agent realm, and basically all we're doing is getting a much slicker engine under the hood with Deepseek's new open source software and code coming out and framework. But what I would say is that ultimately OpenAI, the US, Western companies, they're all obviously going to come out with their own versions of what Deepseek has just come. So if you're worried about privacy concerns, etc., you should be, most likely. But this is what true capitalism is about. This is what business is about, and this is what the US is known for. So at the end of the day, guys, this is actually very bullish for the DeFi space. We are bringing down the barriers to entry, bringing down the pricing, and making the software itself better. For the fact that the whole market is going down, yes, it's bearish. But for our space, actually, it's just become even more bullish. So take from that what you will. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and we'll catch you on the channel tomorrow.